Hey guys, so today we're gonna make a quick test trip in my Maverick camper, and there's really nothing in there. It's not set up or anything. It's just basic wood in there. I'm gonna put a blow-up mattress, but I'm just gonna take it out and test it out on a short trip just to see how things go before I take this a little too far. But anyways, let's give it a shot. All right, this is not going to be a fancy eating trip. Corned beef, some packaged noodles, more packaged noodles. Hopefully I catch some fish to supplement this. Since both my campers are in pieces, I really don't have any organization whatsoever, but maybe I'll bring some chicken teriyaki. What else do I have? Canned tuna, coffee. All right, let's do it. Sunflower seeds, yeah. Some stuff to cook with. Just throwing it all in there. All right, gonna take some fishing gear just in case I do some fishing. It's gonna be real basic. A blow-up mattress, a little pillow, and a little sleeping bag. Fully charged power station, mainly to charge my batteries and run the fridge. All right, so I just haphazardly threw everything in, and I guess that means I'm packed for my test trip. So let's go to my favorite local place and go on the waiting list and see if it's available. All right, I'm off. Let's cross our fingers and hope there's some space on the waiting list. But if not, I'm just gonna hang out for the whole day, hang out at the beach. We'll see how that goes. We'll see you there. All right, so driving around 327 miles already on this reset. I still get 38 miles a gallon with that camper in the back. That's really surprising. I really didn't think it would be that high, but I do drive conservative, but still, it's pretty high. Pretty cool. Okay, it says the campground's full, but hopefully we could get on the waiting list. We'll see. All right, unfortunately, they don't take waiting lists anymore, so there's no way for me to get on. So it looks like I'm just gonna hang out at the day use, but that should be plenty of opportunity for me to test out my camping setup and at least enjoy a day here at San Clemente. Well, I didn't come prepared for much more than some packaged noodles. Let's have lunch before I go fishing. Somebody left and I jumped on this spot right away. It's perfect. So it's gonna be a perfect day spot. There's the beach, and I'm gonna hang out here. There's a gazebo if I wanted to. All right, I'm not gonna get to camp here, but I should at least set up my camp and test everything out. so one thing I learned is that it's going to be hard to put in an inflatable just because it's going to be too big. So maybe it's a good thing I'm not staying tonight because the leg area is too small for an inflatable. So I was definitely planning on making a foam mattress anyway. All right, so I took some air out just to get in that leg area, and after that it's actually not bad. So let's lay down and give it a shot. Oh yeah, this is gonna be all right. Hello. Let me show you how it looks. There, my legs go in. I think it's all right. And I still have a little bit of room, and my feet aren't really touching the end yet. They're really close, but they're not touching the end yet. I want a little air. Got this little window here, and of course I have the big escape hatch too. It's not too bad. Alright, this is how it looks inside. You can see my feet actually aren't even at the end yet. There's still some room. Let me squeeze down. Okay, so now they're at the end. Now I have even more space right there. Sometimes it's an advantage to being short. All right, so this is the way it looks with the door closed. It's not too bad. I think there's actually quite a bit of room. With the extension pulled out, there's a really good amount of room in here. I think it's going to be okay. Hot day. That's my view. Headed down to the beach. There's this walkway. It's a bit of an incline. Going down's not so bad, but going up sucks. And the path takes you underneath the bridge, over some railroad tracks, and then you're at the ocean. Alright, the beach is definitely too crowded for me to be fishing right now. Too many swimmers and water playing people and kids. As far as you can see, it's pretty packed. But maybe this evening when people leave, I might be able to get my line wet. Off in the distance, you can see the train coming. You can see its headlights. I'm gonna move off the tracks. Seems like the smart thing to do. This must be the quietest train I've ever heard. Yes, folks, this is what it's like in Southern California every day, 365 days a year. All right, now I'm going up that hill, and it's definitely a lot slower moving up. The rock formations are pretty cool. Just close your eyes for a bit and pretend like you're somewhere secluded, not in the middle of Orange County. Alright, nothing says civilization like a little bit of graffiti or stuff like that. C plus L. Thanks, C and L. We always wondered how you felt about each other. Alright, so I'm hanging in the day use area, and there's a lot of nice picnic areas in the day use area with some barbecue grills. So that's pretty nice, but over here is the camp area, which I was unable to get onto. And like I said, they don't allow waiting lists anymore, which is a shame because, you know, I know there are going to be empty spots and people don't show up. Gosh, such a waste not to just let someone else use it. But anyways, this is the camp area. Goes all the way down there. And there's a group campsite over there right by the cliff. That's really the best spot. But it is a group campsite. I'm not going to walk in too deep, but it goes pretty far down. There's some vintage trailers you could rent out here too. So over there, I assume that's Dana Point since we're in San Clemente. First point, I assume, is Dana. If we could actually see down there, which we cannot, we might be able to see San Onofre, the old nuclear plant, but too much obstruction right now. So here's the other day use area on the other side. You could see there's a lot more benches and stuff here. And oddly enough, it's actually not that crowded at the day use area. People prefer to be down on the beach. Makes sense. Beach is down there. Lots of empty spots. Only just one group here in the group day event center. So I'm going to walk down on the other side. There's two paths to get down to the beach. One is more steep and shorter. This is the less steep but a longer walk. I walk further down. There's a nice stretch where I could actually fish from. There's not a lot of people, but I'm kind of tired now. I'm not sure if I want to do it anymore. It's a bit of a trek up and down this slope. Out there, you can see a little rock out there. They call that Seal Rock, and I know my son's water polo team used to swim there and back. I think that's pretty crazy. I can't spend the night, but definitely going to take a nap. So what if you're on an incline and you want to sleep on the other end where your feet goes? Well, it'd be tough. It would be pretty tough. It's pretty tight. But if you're a side sleeper, I think it's actually doable. The airflow is actually really good when you open up a few windows and it goes out the other side. But I also have that window which is not open right now. But if you do open everything, man, the airflow is really good. Maybe too good at the beach. All right, somehow I got ants in my truck and they are just crawling all over me every now and then when I'm trying to take a nap. So I'm probably gonna call this trip short since I can't stay the night anyway. All right, since I can't spend the night anyway, I think I'm just going to call it a day. I got some information about the camper and did some testing, tried to take a nap. I couldn't fall asleep, but at least I tried, and it was very comfortable. So I think I got all the details I need. I think there's time for me to make it home to have dinner with the family. So we're gonna say bye to my spot in San Clemente. Too bad I couldn't stay on a campsite. I'm gonna deflate the mattress, and I learned it doesn't really fit in that great, so I definitely can't use an inflatable. I gotta use some foam. Circulation was great, and this hatch is great. It's big enough for me to crawl in and out. Well, you know, in a pinch. But circulation was great. Here's a look at the campgrounds as I'm leaving. There's also a dump station if you have an RV that you need to dump. So that's where I was trying to stay. Up on the other side of that, you can see that's the RV site. If you have an RV, you could camp with RVs over there. looks like they're doing some renovations here. So this is not normal to have all that construction going on. All right. Bye-bye San Clemente Campgrounds. Didn't know you for very long. Oh, Jiminy Crickets. A storm came in last night, unexpected storm, so now I'm thinking it was quite the blessing that I didn't get a camping site, because I'm not really prepared for rain yet, and I'll show you why. There's still some water here, but you can see I haven't done any kind of caulking to the trims or anything like that on any of the my stuff. You can see it's not a completely sealed system right now. I don't have any weather stripping in on the edges or anything like that. So it's going to be interesting to see what it looks like inside. All right, let's go see what it looks like. So I didn't clean up from my trip because I was tired. Let's see. I don't actually see any evidence of water seeping in. Let's look down there. No, don't see any water evidence yet. And you can see, you know, there's light escaping because I haven't caulked it yet, but it looks all right. And up here on the top, you know, there's nothing but just the weather stripping of the tonneau cover, and no water came in there either. Let's look on this back side. No. I mean, it wasn't a heavy storm, but a little storm nonetheless. And I actually do not see any water in the camper. So that's a good thing. So when I actually do caulk and weather strip it, I think it's going to be much better. No, don't see anything. Awesome. Check out the RV tape. Man, that RV tape is holding like a champ. I don't see any issues with it. I mean, I don't know how long it'll last, but you know, let's say even if it lasts for 2 years or something like that, it's certainly not too bad. I think it'll last longer, but let's just say, now this, I rubbed it up against my wall my stucco wall when I was installing it. So that's not the tape's fault, that's my fault. But coming along the edges, I think it looks pretty good. So here's a seam right here, and it's still holding up. Not too bad. Okay, one thing that I do need to address that I learned from yesterday is because I have my slide in, you know, very lightweight, as lightweight as possible, and it's just pushed in there, it's not clamped down to anything like that, is that, so my thought was that when the tailgates close, nothing's going anywhere. It's just not going anywhere. And it's not going anywhere. But let me show you what was happening. So I was very confident that the only way to get this thing out is to open the tailgate and slide it out, or to pull it straight up. And the wind is not going to blow this straight up. But one thing the wind was doing was blowing it back when I was driving too fast. And it would lift up like that a little bit. And of course, once the angle catches the edge, it's not going to go anywhere, because again, it's got to go straight up or it's not coming out. It is a little disconcerting to see it move like that. So, you know, it's not going anywhere, but it doesn't give you a comfortable feeling to see your camper move around like that. So I'm going to need to find a way to clamp it down so that it doesn't move at all, so that you feel nice and comfortable. So I did a little bit of test camping yesterday, and you know, for the most part, it was quite the success. I'm really happy with the way it performed and the amount of space that was inside. And I got an unexpected water test too last night with the rain that came in, and it held up really nicely. So I think that the concept that I'm building on is working really well, and I'm going to continue to build. I'm probably going to change the poly wall to wood, and then just use, you know, waterproof paint like I have right here. So this, I did a little test case right here, and it actually seems to be working out really well. So I'm going to continue with that and remove the poly wall, add a thin plywood facade on it, and then use waterproof paint. And I'm going to caulk it and weather strip it, so it's actually going to be a lot more waterproof than it already is. But for right now, to me, it looks pretty good.